Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well on this Tuesday. It's it's about an hour after the New York Open, and I noticed I already took a trade for today, so I'll go over that like always. And then I just noticed as I was watching the charts, a really good example of something I brought up briefly in my last video, which is to be aware of the close on every time frame. And this is a really good example of what could happen, or why you should be aware of where everything is closing on every single time frame. So let's hop right into it. Let's see. We got, firstly I'll go over my trade from this morning. So I had all my levels marked up. I saw we were rejecting this 4-hour resistance zone up here, as well as some hourly resistance. And then we got a 30-minute 3CR down. We had a 15-minute 3CR down as well. So everything was down. And then we also had a 5-minute 3CR down. Momentum was growing. So right here, once at 6:30, that's the 9:30 market open. Once it dropped, broke below the 20 level, and then broke below all the previous lows. So we had the low of this 15-minute candle, the low of this 30-minute candle here, and then this 4-hour support. Once it broke that, I grabbed it and just had my take profit trigger. So it's about 18 pips. My take profit triggers at 10 pips, and that's it. Boom. I'm done from there. And then where I noticed this really good example is right over here. So just looking at the 5-minute chart, you would think that as long as everything else was in alignment still, we had a 5-minute 3CR here. So you would think after this pulls back, it would be a good opportunity to grab it. However, even though it did work slightly here for a little bit, it was at 7:10. So next candle over is going to be the 7:15 candle, which means a new 15-minute candle. So let's look at the 15-minute chart. And I haven't refreshed yet, just so you can see what I was seeing. But we had this 3CR here. Now, we were already 3CR down, so we're not necessarily looking for another 3CR, but the fact that this is a 3-candle reversal within itself right here means that the next candle over is very, very likely to pull back. So once this 3CR closed here, we were so close. I don't want to be trading into this because potentially, I mean, what happened here, this is what I want to be avoiding. And so we waited for that 3CR to close. It pulled back. We're now below the 20 level, and this gave us an incredible opportunity because we waited. So now we have this wick here from this previous 15-minute candle. Because we pulled back, we're still 3CR down. Now everything is in alignment. We don't have to worry about some close on another time frame. So when this candle broke, this candle here, when it broke the 20 level, you could have grabbed it and traded it back to the wick fill. So it was about here, and that's 26 pips. Boom, there's your trade. And this is because we waited for that 15-minute reversal to close, because we knew that the chances of a pullback were very likely, and sure enough, we got that pullback. And what happens after the pullback? We get an opportunity to trade that new entry. So this is what I mean by being aware. Sometimes your 15-minute candle close will not be the trigger of a 3CR, and it's not as concerning. But when you notice that things like this are going to be closing, like I say, there's a really good chance that it's going to pull back. So you don't want to be caught up in that, because had you taken it here, sure, that was a valid opportunity, but then next kind of over, you get pulled back on, potentially stopping you out. And this is quite a lot of risk. 37 pips, 20 pips, that's a lot of risk. So just not worth getting involved in with at this point. Just wait for the candle to close and then take the better entry, take the better opportunity. And so you can see it's still working now. I would have tested this hourly support zone here. But yeah, I just thought this was a really good example. Hopefully this kind of hammers it home, because I think this is a very, 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 very important thing to keep your eyes on when you're looking at all the different time frames. Just be aware they're all closing, and yeah, trade it accordingly. So I'll leave it there, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, everybody.